Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with what I'm going to call a very successful, enjoyable, and just high quality outdoor cooking experience with this infrared grill from Bighorn. Now, there are two versions of this. You're looking at the 16-inch infrared version of the Bighorn grill. And the purpose of this, well, it's all about steak meat. Outdoor cooking at its finest, and I will start this entire video by saying this is awesome. I have about one of the overall kind of best initial cooking experiences that I've had outdoors, and I've tried a lot of different things. This is an awesome grill. Cooked my steak to perfection, vegetables as well. Real easy to work out of this, extremely easy to clean, and just something that I think is really great if you like your outdoor cooking experience. So what we're gonna do today, I'm gonna go through this in detail. We're gonna go right to the cooking so you can see how this performed. Then we'll come back, I'll show you how I got everything set up, some final thoughts, and before all of this, what I'm gonna tell you to do, go to the description box below, find the links for your own Bighorn infrared grill, because I think you're going to like what you see here today. And if things go the way I think they're gonna go, you're probably going to want one of these. It's fantastic, performs extremely well, and I'm just extremely satisfied with this Bighorn grill. So with that, let's get into the grilling. Now that I have this running, I am going to burn off all of the factory oils. I'm gonna let this run for a good while. I mean, it's going to consume some gas, but I want to get all of the factory oils from manufacturing out of this. Now, because this is elevated, I don't know if I really need this tray, but their instructions specifically said to leave it on so that the unit wouldn't overheat. So I'm just going to kind of dangle it there. As long as I'm careful, it should be fine. But this heat coming through nice and hot, I have it on high, working well. It is going to heat up everything inside, get it good and warm and kind of seasoned in a way, get all the factory oils off of this, and then we'll be ready to cook. 1500 degrees, baby. That's gonna be hot. Everything right now a complete experiment. Now this is on low, and of course I've put the tray kind of mid-height here. I'm gonna keep an eye on this. I'm not sure how long the vegetables are gonna take to cook, but my intent is to get these close, and then we'll sear the meat over the top, and then hopefully get the meat nice and cooked and up to temperature. But again, everything here being an experiment. This is a pan that I utilize in my air fryer, so just kind of using it here for some double duty inside the infrared grill. Smells good, starting to sizzle a little bit, and I'm gonna have to rotate this around. So in the lower sort of section here, I'm gonna get things up to temperature just a little bit, and then I will probably ultimately put this a little higher just to get some crisp in there. But this is a little deep for this, but doing my best to make it work. So with everything coming up to temperature, I slid the tray up on top, up into that upper zone, and you can see very quickly that's going to start to darken everything up. So you definitely need to be very careful with how close you put this to the top. In fact, I'll do it again just for the experiment. I'm taking a look at the onions and vegetables here. As we get these up right along the top here, that's a lot of heat. And you can see literally a little bit of a flash and immediately burning. So that really does show you, even on low, how hot that can be up in the top zone. Kicking the heat up more around medium now. Starting to really hear the sizzle. That's probably about where it should be to start crisping things up. Not too much more. I'm starting to really feel the heat coming out of here, and I might actually need to lower those down in the pan. Just for the sake of the experiment, I'm gonna go up all the way to high for a minute. Gonna have to keep an eye on things. This could go out of control pretty quick. Everything's starting to brown up real nice, and that's probably too much by the looks of it already, but we'll see. Now, just for the sake of the argument, I used a little olive oil and some nice, like, adobo kind of seasoning on the vegetables. And, you know, getting this now up to high, I am kind of getting this up to temperature in preparation to start searing the steak. So these vegetables are getting close, and what I'll do is drop them all the way down on the rack and hopefully be able to sear my meat right over the top of all this. That way everything kind of gets the consistent flavor with the meat. I think that'll be good. So now, with the vegetables pretty far along and coming out amazing, I am just going to leave these right here and we'll get started on the steak. Now, that's where this thing comes in. Get my rack, slide it out. Nice big ribeye. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to need to be careful because the top is going to sear very fast. Starting to see the flame wicking down. Check that out. I'm going to rotate it around a little bit here, so not too long on each side, just enough to sear it pretty hard. So you can see here, again, I rotated the steak 180 degrees. You can probably get it a little deeper in there. You can hear everything sizzling nicely. That flame just licking at the top. At these moments, you need to work fairly quickly. That was only about a minute. But in that minute, perfectly seared, literally perfect. Get that back in, adjusting the shelves, getting the vegetables a little lower now. Let's get that steak more towards the middle. Oh baby. Yeah, man. You can see here just how nice this steak's coming out. You need to stay on top of it and flip it every minute or so. Now, I guess we'll see, but I don't know if this could be cooked any better. It's supposed to be medium. Vegetables came out fantastic, but let's cut into it and we'll find out. Come on, baby. Let's go right down here. Whoa. So that is definitely on the rare side. So that needs more, but look at that crust on the outside. That is amazing. So one thing I gotta say, cooking out of this is very, very easy. It's extremely easy to manage as long as you stay on top of flipping the food and moving it around. It seems fairly safe, all things considered. Not much in the way of setup, and you really just need to manage the gas. So all in all, I actually really enjoy this way of cooking. Now, just for the sake of the argument, the exterior on the sides are hot, but not so hot that you're going to get crazy burned if you bump into it. The top, much hotter, but the sides aren't too bad. Now this seems about right, and yes, literally perfect. Look at that. That is super nice. Just getting a nice slice off of here. Oh yeah, look at that. Just perfect. Nice crispy outside. That nice little bit of well done just around the edges. That perfect medium. Yeah, man. Awesome. Now, like most good things, practice makes perfect. So I did practice with this Bighorn infrared grill just a few nights in a row.
Had myself a few nice steaks. I wanted to really get things honed in, dialed in, and really understand this. It's one thing to try this once, but it's another to use it again and again and again. And a few nights in a row, well, practice making perfect. Here you can see I absolutely nailed the quality of the steak, the quality of the vegetables, and I was able to appropriately sear in and lock in all the juices with a perfect medium steak.
Look how much juice is on that plate. That was all locked into that steak. I mean, talk about well cooked. Unbelievable. Literally perfect.
Know everything coming from Bighorn, very well packaged, and this is extremely easy to set up. It takes only a few minutes to get everything established and everything made from beautiful stainless steel. Nicely brushed, nicely finished, and everything nicely machined. The pieces go together flawlessly, and this is a real simple and very effective setup. It even comes with a pizza stone, which is a pretty nice addition to this kit. All in all, everything fitting together wonderfully, and again, it is just an extremely simple and effective setup. The nice thing is, this also comes apart real easy, which aids in the ability for cleanup, and that is a fantastic part about this grill. Not only does it go together very easily and very simple, but taking it apart so that you can put everything that you need to in the dishwasher, get everything clean, and keep this in tip-top running shape. Again, very simple, not a whole lot to it.
And so, alright guys, there you have it. A look at the Bighorn 16-inch infrared grill in good quality detail. As you saw, this cooked amazing. It did a fantastic job. Really gave me a quality sear on the outside, crisping up the outside of that steak, leaving all the juices locked inside. And the only mistake that I made, I didn't give it quite enough time on my initial cut. If I could do it again, I know now where I would go and how I would perform this. So the learning curve, fairly easy, all things considered. Setup was simple. Cleaning was a breeze. But more than anything, it's the quality of the food and the cooking experience, which I greatly appreciated. Now, the ability to work out of this safely and effectively, even though it's really hot, I didn't have any times where I felt like I was out of control. Couple of good mitts, couple of good tongs, plus the tools that they give you, no problem at all. The basic thing that you're really going to want to consider is just have a good, solid work platform to work off of and a place that's going to be safe with the propane gas. But other than that, awesome. Great backyard cooking. Again, guys, thank you to the people at Bighorn who did provide this for review. Look in the description box below. Follow the relevant links. Get your own infrared grill. You are going to be satisfied. So again, guys, thanks for following along with the Outer Limitless family of channels. You're here today on Outer Limitless, my primary hiking, camping, outdoor channel. Outer Limitless 2, which is the tactical and firearm side of things. Outer Limitless Blades, which covers all the sharp and pointy things. And Outer Limitless Lights, headlamps, EDC lights, indoor, outdoor lighting, you name it. That's the Outer Limitless family of channels. So, all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.